Hi, I'm Joe Freeman of the Oregonian. This is Mike Richman of the Oregonian. Stephen Curry is back. The Golden State Warriors might have found their groove, and the Blazers season is on life support. That's the story after Game 4 Monday night at the Moda Center. The Warriors beat the Blazers 132 to 125 in overtime in an epic, wildly entertaining, and amazing basketball game. And the story of the game, obviously, for anybody that watched beyond the third quarter, was the incredible performance by MVP Stephen Curry. He decided to come back from his ailing knee injury, made his debut in this series, played for the first time since the first round against the Houston Rockets, had the most incredible finish you'll see in an NBA game, finished with 40 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, an NBA record 17 of those came in overtime in a performance that Steve Kerr, his coach, couldn't even astutely sum up. And this is the man who's pretty good with his words.
Not so bad.
Typically doesn't have a time expressing himself. The best comparison that he made was to Michael Jordan, and that's pretty high praise as far as I'm concerned. It was a performance that you won't see very often, and that absolutely sucked the life out of this building and of this Blazers team. And you have to wonder, a team that has overcome so much, so many times this season, can they overcome this? It sure seems like a hard one to get over.
Yeah, going back to Oracle for Game 5 on Wednesday night is going to be really, really tough place to get a win, particularly if Curry plays like he did in the last 9 minutes of this game. But he was awful. He looked like someone who had taken 2 weeks off to start the game. He missed his first 9 3-pointers. He airballed his first shot, a 25-foot three-pointer that went about 27 feet and way left. But then when he got going, it was too late for the Blazers to really do anything. But even for the Blazers to be there, they had some heroics of their own. Damian Lillard, he had an off shooting night, but he had 12 points in the last 7 minutes of the game. He willed the Blazers back when they were kind of on the verge there of losing it in regulation. He had those big buckets, and then he set up a go-ahead basket to Mason Plumlee with under a minute left. And of course, the Warriors responded, and it was Curry who made the pass. He drove in and found Harrison Barnes, who's been god-awful all this whole playoff series long. It's maybe the biggest three of the night by anyone not named Steph Curry to tie it at 111, and then we went to overtime and it was over from there.
Craziest part, perhaps, of it all is the Blazers had this Warriors team reeling. They were up as many as 16 points in the game. At halftime, they led by 10. It was at halftime, right?
Yeah.
Led by 10. The Warriors were a mess. Clay was terrible today. Sean Livingston went after a referee and got tossed in emphatic and epic fashion. Draymond Green was a mess. The Warriors were really reeling, and the Blazers really had them on the ropes. It took a Herculean performance from the game's best player at the most important time of the game for the Warriors to win this one. Now they have all the momentum, everything on their side, and as they go back to Oracle, it's hard not to envision them putting away this Blazers team. And it was a valiant fight by the Blazers, and Damian Lillard was sort of asked about the intensity of the game, and I'm going to botch his quote, so I'm not even going to try to say it, but he essentially said, you know, we came here to make a statement in this series, to show that we weren't going to roll over, that we were going to hang with the best team in the NBA, and it's safe to say the Blazers have done that through the first 4 games.
Maybe hard to enjoy it now, but I think we'll look back on the way they played against the best team in the NBA in these 3 games and appreciate it maybe sometime in the summer.
And Game 5, Wednesday night at Oracle. Will it be the end of the Blazers season? We'll find out then.